Today we're going to be working on the assignment for Wednesday, July 15th. We're doing inequalities today, just like doing one-step equations. The only difference is the sign and one golden rule, okay? We have our notes right here, and as always, we have two options to do our assignment. We can do it on Wizard, or we can just do it through the Google Slides. When you click on the notes, it's going to bring you to this PowerPoint right here, solving one-step inequalities. Let's go ahead and jump in. It says, what is an inequality? Well, if an equation means things are equal, inequality means that things are probably not equal, right? So an inequality sign would mean that two expressions are not the same. For example, less than. So -3 is less than 0. The way you read these signs are from the left, okay? So if the left is a small side, it's going to be the less than side. Greater than. So we have 4 is greater than 1. We're reading it as greater than because the bigger side is on the left. The big side is going towards a 4. Down here, they have them on number lines. When it's easy like this, you should just know. But as you move on and get crazier numbers, you're probably going to want to put them on these number lines. Less than or equal to. Well, we already had a less than. Let's take a look at this less than. What's the difference between this one and this one? It's going to be this little line right here. Okay, that means or equal to. All right, and that's it. That's a big deal. All right, we'll get to that when we're doing our equations and stuff. But that or equal to is actually, it's really important. Okay, same thing with the greater than. It's got that little line underneath it. See right here, it's -1 is greater than or equal to -1. -1 is not greater than -1, but that equal to means that it can be true, okay? Because -1 is equal to -1. That's, in a nutshell, that's what's important about it. Solving inequalities. Similar to when we solve equations, when we solve an inequality, we are finding values that make the statement true. The only difference being in inequality is we have many different answers, okay? It could be a lot of different things. If you think about it, like if I said, what's greater than 2? Well, that's a lot of different things, right? Like 3, 4, 5, 6 to infinity, right? So a lot of times you're gonna have a lot of different values. Right here, this x could be so many different things. We just have to write it like this, or like this, or like this, or like this, okay? Review of inverses from the previous lesson. Guys, read over this. I did this in the last video. You should be good. Solving inequalities. Okay. This is what we call the golden rule. Solving one-step inequalities is the same, except when we flip an inequality when we're multiplying or dividing by a negative. Okay. When you multiply or divide by a negative, you flip your sign. This is really important. Let's go ahead and put that off to the side for our notes. My pen's not working. One second. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. Okay, so our golden rule. Golden rule. When you multiply or divide by a negative, flip. Okay. Back to our PowerPoint. So when you multiply or divide by a negative number, we're going to flip it. Are we multiplying or dividing right here by negative? No. So in this case, we wouldn't do it. Just got some examples. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into this. Like the equations we were doing last time, I think it's just easier to just learn on the go, pretty much. The more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to be with it. So we have the golden rule, multiply or divide by a negative. You flip it. Other than that, we're solving it pretty much exactly like we did equations. Another thing to remember, if it's a less than or greater than sign, it's going to be an open circle, okay? If it's a less than or equal to, or a greater than or equal to, it's going to be a closed dot when we do our number lines, okay? So let's go ahead and do an easy one first. We have x plus 4 is less than 12. Okay, so we box our variable like always. It's going to make it easier for us in the future. And we move this, which is bothering the x. A lot of you were moving the wrong numbers. Okay, when I was looking at the feedback you got from Wizard or looking through your Google Slides, I saw that you'd move this number. This number over here is actually minding its own business. We need to move the things around the x. So whatever's bothering the x, we move it to the other side. Don't be moving the other number, okay? This number's chilling. It's doing its own thing. So we need to move this 4. We move this 4 by doing the inverse operation. What's the opposite of plus 4? Minus 4. So we do minus 4 and minus 4. 4 minus 4 is nothing. We drop down our x. We drop down this sign just the way it is. And then 12 minus 4 is going to be 8. Okay, let's look at these things over here. Golden rule. Did we multiply or divide by a negative number? Nope. So our sign's the same. We're good. This sign looks like this sign, so we know it's going to be an open circle. Let's go ahead and graph this. Put it on our number line. Let's say we have 0 right here, and we have 8 right here. It's always just good to have 0 in there as a reference. It's going to be an open circle on 8, and x is less than, so our arrow is going to be going that way. A lot of you like to remember which way the arrow goes based on this. Like this looks like a little arrow pointing that way, so you're going to graph it going that way. That works most of the time as long as your x is on this side. If your x is on this side, it's not going to work, okay? So if your x is on this side, it's all right. Just remember, the little side faces x. That needs to be going towards littler things, smaller numbers, more negative things. Let's go ahead and clear this out. Let's do one with, I don't know, division? Yeah, let's do one with division. So let's say we have x divided by, let's do -2, and greater than or equal to, I don't know, 10. So this whole thing would be boxed, but we're going to go ahead and skip that step because y'all already know there's nothing else to move. Okay, the only thing bothering this x is this -2. This is what needs to move. What is the opposite of dividing x by -2? Well, it'd be multiplying both sides by -2. So we need to multiply this side by -2 and this side by -2. -2 and -2, they're the same, they cross out. This will become 1x or just x. 10 times -2 is going to become what? -20. Now this sign right here, y'all probably already know there's something up, right? We just multiplied or divided by a negative number, so we need to flip, okay? What that means is we're going to change this sign. It was greater than or equal to, and now it's going to be less than or equal to. If you don't see the difference, just look at the mouthpiece, okay? This right here, the little alligator mouth, it's facing the other way. Okay, that's what we mean by flip. This right here would be your answer algebraically. Let's go ahead and graph it, and then maybe do one more something, okay? So we have our number line, always include 0. -20 is going to be way over here off to the left. It is less than or equal to, so this is going to be a solid circle, okay? Remember, this little line underneath means solid dot. So, got our solid dot. And x is less than or equal to -20, so it's going to be going off in this direction. All right. Let's go ahead and clear the whole frame. Give us some room. Let's do 4x is equal to 44. All right. This is 4 times x. What's the opposite of 4 times x? It's going to be dividing by 4, right? Oh, we need to have this as an inequality. Okay. Is 4x is less than or equal to 44, okay? We're dividing 4. It doesn't matter, remember, because we solve it the same way, but we do need to be doing these because that's the point of this lesson, okay? My bad. So 4 divided by 4 is going to be 1. 1x, it's just x. Then we have less than or equal to. 44 divided by 4 is 11. Now, did we multiply or divide by a negative number? Nah. So our sign is going to be the same. That's good. This line underneath, the or equal to, is going to be a open circle or a closed circle. It's going to be this one, okay? So let's go ahead. We have 0. We have 11. We have a solid circle. And then x is less than or equal to, so it should be going towards the left, towards lesser and lesser things. Okay. I think we've covered most everything you should need to do your assignments. If you have any questions or need any extra help, feel free to reach out, leave me a comment, and y'all have a great day.